Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Karen. So, as I said last week, I'll be giving you some healthy tips that help me lose weight faster than I've ever seen myself lose weight before. First tip, cut out all fried foods if you can, or lower them out and take up fried foods or foods that you cook in oil. A few times throughout me losing weight or getting healthy, I had a couple of fried foods a few days. Like I tried to do it once a week for the week that I wasn't in the US, or twice, but minimize how much fried foods that you eat. And that's tip number one. Tip number two is look at the labels. I know I said this before. Bob Harper has it in one of his tips as well. Look at the labels. Make sure that you're looking at the labels to be cognizant of what you're buying and what's in the food that you're buying. You may be thinking that you have something that's healthy, but it's really not, or has a high content of certain things. Tip number three, cut out as much sugar as possible within the foods that you buy and the sugar that you sprinkle over your food. As an alternative, I did buy the almond milk vanilla unsweetened, and it does act as a natural sweetener. It makes the other things that you couple with it sweeter. So make sure that you are buying foods that have minimal to no sugar intake as well. Let's see. Tip number four, look for foods that are fat-free or low in fat. Monosaturated, polysaturated fats are fine, but make sure the fat that you really want to focus on is the saturated fat. Make sure that that is low. Make sure you're also looking for no sodium or low sodium foods as well. And like I said before, make sure you're looking for foods with no sugar or minimum sugar. Tip number five, purchase snacks that are high in protein, that have no fat, no salt, and no sugar, or have low fat and low sugar content. You can also transition, like I said in my earlier video, transition with the sweets and just get the 100-calorie packs. I got that from Hungry Girl on her grocery list, but I found out that helped me transition from when I see high sugar to having no sugar in my diet. Tip number six, if you are going to choose the grains like rice or pasta, make sure they're whole wheat. Whole wheat has fiber in it, and it's more nutritious for you than just the plain white grains. And I've also heard that the white grains can actually turn into sugar. So stay with the whole grains if you're going to try like the rices or the pasta. Tip number seven, eat a lot of vegetables. You're supposed to get 6 to 8 servings a day of vegetables. I'm going to try something different in the upcoming weeks to see if that will work for me. And if it does, I will tell you what I do. But usually salad is the way to go. Or if you're having a snack, couple it with some type of vegetables or a few vegetables. If you're going to have the leafy greens, make sure you go for the darker greens like a kale or a spinach. Kale has some protein in there as well. And then make sure you look for vegetables that have high protein content. If they don't, that's fine, but it's just an added benefit if you look for food that have the protein in them. There's also sweet vegetables as well. If you're looking for that sweet, there's sweet potatoes. There's other vegetables that are sweet pepper, stuff like that you can incorporate as well if you're still missing your sugars. 8, I said this before, drink water. Stay away from the fruit juices. Stay away from the sodas. Drink water. Water is the best thing for your body. If you're going to have tea, minimize how much sugar you put into your teas as well, because they can be just as sugary as the sodas and the fruit juices if you just put in the same amount of sugar. as the soda, so you want to put as minimal sugar in the tea as well, or the coffee. Number 9, make sure you digest protein right after you exercise, and make sure it's like a blended smoothie, blended drink, because as you know, when things get blended or they're they're mixed around in a blender, what happens is that it takes out the process of your body having to break it down already, so it's already there and it hits the bloodstream faster, as well as your metabolism rate is already at a high. And usually an hour, there's a period, like an hour, where your body really needs those nutrients. And so always try to consume protein, a high protein drink, within an hour after you exercise. That's the optimum time as well, to build your muscles that you just got done working out, and to repair muscles as well, and to protect your muscles. And number 10, make sure you change your exercise routine every month.